Welcome to my Third Age Total War Mordor campaign, TAC AGO. Everyone's been raving about this mod, so I thought I'd go check it out. Like, a lot. 3 to 1, maybe even 4 to 1. And the balance of power is still quite close. The fields of Osgiliath. We will have the siege of Osgiliath. That's a really good charge. They've caught me on the side there. That's not good. They could have nearly broken there. So let's try and pivot and swing around where we can. So there's a lot of custom settlements in Third Age, of course. The settlements I mentioned will try and play throughout this series. You got your Minas Tirith, your Calandros, Helm's Deep, Edoras, Minas Tirith, Osgiliath. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I will be doing a fair few episodes in this mini-series. Okay, let's try and, I think flanking with my archers, like, trying to get them to arc their shots up over my orcs is probably not the play. We might be better, yeah, try and do this. Try and go on the left and right and get directly behind them so they're hitting these units right in the back. We are holding for now, but I really don't like the rate. Oh no, at these orcs, because they are just getting shredded. They have very little melee attack, and Gondor excels in melee defense, so we've lost 21%. And we do have a reinforcing army coming in. Come on, Gothmog, try and swing around. You might be best suited to try and take out that Swan unit. Still a little bit too close to call this one for my liking, but this is a massive opportunity for us if we can pull it off. Just need to keep on running and double timing. There we go. Now target those Swan Knights. Right, archers, once you get here, yeah, try and form up something like that. Because then we don't need to arc our shots. It will massively increase our effectiveness of our skirmishes. And it'll stop that friendly fire coming over the top as well. Okay, maybe chuck one of you there because it's taking just so long for them to get there. They've done the smart thing and hit one of my archers that stood back. Actually broke away from the front line. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. Target those Royal Swans. So they're just Penethgillen cavalry. Nothing too crazy. Alright, you target them. You make your way here. Right, now start hitting these archers and infantry from behind. Took you long enough. You sorry sod of orcs. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. Hitting them from behind. Massively exposing them in the back. And that like little cavalry unit ain't doing much. There's only a couple there. But already most of these orcs are melting away. The thing is, in Mordor, particularly early on, we have numerical supremacy because we can just spawn and pop out orcs, but we do not have the quality whatsoever. So we barely can even hold a front line. Our infantry. Only the generals are holding 38 to 33. Enemy general fallen, that's really good. So we've managed to pretty much eliminate the Swan Knight unit. It's the archers now that are really just going to have to try and carry. But you just sort of got to chuck your orc generals in.
If we continue like this,
so be it if they get sacrificed. Because we're gonna get plenty of opportunity to adopt more. Because like you just can't not use them. Like, if we were just to sit back and try and allow our infantry to do the work, we'd probably lose this fight. So some heavies are now routing, which is brilliant. And just try and swing some of our orc boys around. We might even be able to pull them back, actually, because... yeah, 40... so now it's swung back to there. Gothmog is really getting stuck into it. Okay, they've managed to regain some ground. And we've got these additional Nazgul reinforcements. So they're in a temple marksman unit. They don't have Nazgul cavalry, so they've changed that. That was only one of the ways you could get cavalry early on. Nazguls have, like, fantastic heavy riders. So it's about 65-70% in our favour now. And it looks like the tide is swinging back under Mordor's sway. Yeah, so basically just try and get my archers to surround, fire from multiple angles and vectors of attack, and hit them. And we'll be able to march into Osgiliath just that little bit easier. But also, this is the first sort of real test. I haven't played DAC AGO before. So there has been some AI and gameplay tweaks and changes. But so far, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But from what I expect in DEI, like Mordor being weak, Gondor being very strong with scripts, it wasn't too much of a surprise this first battle. But it looks like now the Gondorian force is nearly in a full retreat. 99% in our favour now. We lost 44%. Crikey. So, it is quite hard. I remember in like Vanilla 3rd Age, if you're quick enough, you can actually rush Minas Tirith, win it in a couple of turns. Nope, not in this. Oh, there's some brave Swan Knights left. And they're getting stuck into a Nazgul marksman guard there. Oh wow, these two Swan Knights have gone to town. They've managed to take about 6 or 7 of them. Crikey, yeah! Take that. Flee! Flee for your lives. There's only 2. We should be able to bring them down. Oh, there we go. Nice, good shot. Ah, victory. Crazy full stack going. A lot of general spam. So let's fight this one on the field. It gets all over you by the look of it. Oh, wow. They've got like a nice frosty tinge to them. That's really quite cool. Was that in DAC? Or is that this sub-mod? I don't know exactly. But that looks cool. Okay, so we just got to play a little bit of a game of cat and mouse here. Ah! Some of these guys are just like really keen. Check out this guy. With the banner. So just trying to skirmish as many of them as we can. Because the more we can reduce those hit points and take out as many of them, we'll save more Orky boy lives. Yeah, so we're doing a lot better against the lighter units. Like they are dropping like flies. Look at that. The Gondorian defenders, not so much. So maybe what I need to do is just sort of grab the majority of my archers further back, because there's just so many of them. The pathfinding can get a little bit iffy. So we'll make a line and then we'll sort of get one unit to go back and forth. It looks like they're actually charging now. So pull way further back. So if we can angle this up, we'll bait them towards the infantry front line. It looks like they're actually going to try and charge as well. No, they're not. And then we can hit them from the side and we'll get this little trap going on. Yeah, we're really going to town on those lighter units. So it's going to take a little bit of time. This one, we've lost... they've lost 9 to our 4. So we just want to try and weaken them as best as possible, then we'll push in. Because we are going to try and take as many of them out as we can. As in this mod, you can't rush the town square and take it within like 4 minutes or so. There is a 40-minute countdown. So we will have to go for the kills overall, taking the town square. Okay, I've skipped a little bit ahead because we're just trying to skirmish as many of these guys as we can. Or otherwise this episode will go on for hours. So they pushed some Gondor spearmen out here. So they are trickling one or so units out at a time. Sometimes they're charging my front line. I was about to say sometimes, but they haven't fully gone. We're about halfway through our ammunition. Oh, they're actually charging this time. They're actually fighting my infantry. Well, they ain't going to stand a chance against all these orcs sitting here. We're getting a little bit of friendly fire going on. So it might be beneficial for us to charge and surround them. The Battle of Osgiliath is well underway. Yeah, I think I might just grab everyone, because just like, yeah, there we go, look at that, we're about to swarm in and surround them, and halt to stop friendly fire. Okay, we're nearly out of ammunition, and we're halfway through the battle time. So, I think it's time to charge. Yeah, we'll get everyone in, try and surround and push into the town square. I think we've weakened the Gondor army enough. Like, my heavier, better quality archers have nearly now completely run out of ammunition. So it's time to swarm on in and take this city. Okay. So it's still about, it's more like 60-55% in my favor now. But let's see how these orc boys perform. So we're getting stuck into some Gondorian archers early on. And we'll get our generals to get some individual attack orders out. So there's a fair few ways of attack into the town square here. 3 approaches, which is good. And we'll put you there. We'll just try and surround and swarm them from all sides. So yeah, we've lost 11% of our orcs. Mostly 11% worth of orc archers. And we've managed to eliminate 29% of the Gondorians. But we managed to make this battle a lot easier for us, because we managed to destroy basically half of the army on the outskirts. So it would have been a full stack inside, which would have been a harder conundrum. But we're going to get some massive gains if we're victorious here today. Faramir, son of Denethor, brother of Boromir, will be no more. Archers, probably just try and hit the Ithilien Rangers, because they are definitely, out of all the units there, got the lowest amount of armor. They're definitely the weakest to hit. Alright. So we just got a lot of generals coming in. We might lose a couple of them, but we'll just have to see how we go. So a lot of these guys have Uruk bodyguard. They should be able to be quite competitive against Gondorian defenders. And some of them have marauders inside. 1339, so that's shot up another 10% now that we're stuck in. The hourglass is just a little bit below 50%. So hopefully we don't run out of time in this one, but I think we've got enough melee attack to do some really decent damage. So, once Eastern Osgiliath has fallen, we'll try and push upon the west, and then we can either go straight for Minas Tirith if we've got enough units, or maybe we could go for Calandros. Oh no. So unfortunately, was he Helmrat? So we've lost an orc general there, which is annoying. I don't know which one he was, but it's to be expected. We can get more and recruit more later on anyway. Uh, 50% now. We are slowly but surely progressing into the town square. But it's crazy to see how snowy and frosty both the orcs and Gondorians are. attacking in winter. Sounds like a very orc thing to do. Do orcs feel the cold as much? Maybe, maybe not. You'd think goblins wouldn't.
If we continue like this, we will
Okay. So, we've really got them on the back foot here. We're in a really good position now to win this one. Another general's gone as well. Far out. Okay, so we've got some guys in the town square. So yeah, it's a 40-minute countdown, which is kind of crazy. So that means we actually have to go for the numerical win rather than rushing the town square. So we have to eliminate every single remaining Gondorian on this field, which I think is definitely doable. It's just the time. Ugh, it could be a draw, I guess. Okay. Only a couple more Gondorians left. We've completely buckled that left flank. And we are just surrounding the last of the Gondorian defenders here. Just get everyone in. And we should be able to claim victory. Yeah, drop your abilities if you can. Whatever. Just use them. Oh, hang on. Faramir's back here. I didn't even see him. I was like, how are we not won yet? Faramir and his rangers fighting to the bitter end. And this should be the last of all the defenders, you'd imagine. We nearly ran out of time. Luckily I caught that unit hanging back here. Hey, clear victory. Orcs of Mordor charge to Minas Tirith. But here is the might of Mordor. Western and Eastern Osgiliath has fallen. And hopefully the Eternal City as well. The Gondorian defenders are just trying to form up. But the hour is dark for the men of the West. Still a little bit of time before those Rohirrim reinforcements come in. Archers getting some shots off. And the Marauders with the battering ram are making their way up to the gateway. And the siege towers to the walls as well. But let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer for this series. The main objective is to play as many custom battle sieges as we can in the lands of Gondor and Rohan. Okay, so they're starting to come in quite quickly here. We're going to have to move my spearmen to form up a wall on the right. And we'll move my cavalry there as well. They are coming in quite quickly. My archers are a little bit exposed. Quickly form up. Form a line. Let's move my archers. If they stay on the walls, we might be able to hit them from lower down and arc our shots up at the walls. Hitting them from behind might be good. We might even be able to hit some of those units that are further around the side. So this is very limited space in front of the gateway there now that we're inside. We also need to carry the ram all the way up to the top of the city. Okay, so those Gondorian defenders have come off. That's really annoying. I thought my infantry would have been able to pull them down. Because now they've kind of caught my archers and cavalry here. Not good. We're going to have to divert a couple units. Yeah. Because we have not won on the walls. Guthmog is now into it. With his units. Just got to be careful here, because we could capitulate around the back, because they've actually flanked me well. Far out. Guthmog's bodyguard is actually quite weak. I know his spearmen are more so for the defense than offensive, but I kind of wish I could use him a little bit more. Even some of the other orc bodyguard, particularly those Uruk bodyguard, are fantastic. Compared to his that are like just melting away. Look at it. Okay, we might have to withdraw our archers here because we just got massively caught. Noble death. Lung dash. That's unfortunate. That's okay because orcs are expendable. Okay, so I've diverted a couple units here just to help us out with this issue that came up. We are not pushing through there whatsoever. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be tooth and nail. It's probably going to come down to the final wire of this battle for Minas Tirith. We can cycle charge here, get a little bit of momentum. That might help while we pin them down with spears. Okay. We've managed to gain back a little bit control of that situation. Just them coming off the walls. It was actually a low-key decent play against us. Just trickling on in, just flanked my weaker units as I come in. They were up on the walls for so long, I wasn't expecting them to actually come off.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Okay, we're making a bit of a dent against them now, but we are really withering away. I thought this first army would be enough, because we've nearly lost here as well. I think I'm going to have to get those additional reinforcements. 61% we've got rid of theirs, but our army has been absolutely smashed. Yeah, let's get these guys in. Give out the attack order, so they're now going to come up. Because as well, sometimes you don't want two full stacks swarming into Minas Tirith at the same time, because it can really make the game a little bit laggy. Yes, there's another fresh 160. I think I'm going to have to withdraw all these archers out if we're going to have a chance to win this one. Numerically, we have the advantage, but do we have the allotted time? That's the issue. So, I guess what we'll do is keep all our infantry attacking, but yeah, get the archers and the general out. Oh, Guthmog has only got 24 units left, so we're gonna have to retreat before we can push on an attack. So the first wave, Mordor lost. Ugh.
Only half our force remains.
In the city. We did well against the Rohirrim on the outskirts, but we're just gonna have to reform here, because just getting hit from all sides there is not good for us. Okay, so wow, we didn't make through that. We didn't make it through that. Crazy. Okay, so our archers, we'll try and get them on the walls. How about that? Try and get our archers on the walls. We'll try and shoot down upon them. Our remaining infantry, we'll try and pin down and engage. And if we can hold those Gondorian defenders, that would be brilliant, because then we can cycle charge with our cavalry in, now that a lot of them are out. We've also got additional reinforcements coming in. So, although it looks a little bit grim... Burrs is no more. Burrs. Yeah, cavalry, yeah, there we go. So now, we should be able to come in. That's what I want. We can get a little bit of momentum. A nice run up from the gate. You've got to give it to Gondor. They are making us really run through them. It's going to go to the absolute dying embers, this battle. It's going to be a close one. Okay, now they're now shaking because we're actually hitting them from behind with cavalry. And it's about time more additional reinforcements are swarming in. There's still the general unit atop of Minas Tirith, which we have to make our way up to. And we need to get back to the battering ram, but we might have just won the offensive on the first level. We'll get a spear unit to get onto the battering ram, because we're about halfway through the battle. Yeah, the hourglass is about halfway done. So we want to try and get up there now, but it looks like a lot of the Gondor units are now broken and they're in a retreat to the White Tree. Luckily we've got some cavalry left, so we're going to be able to run them down once they get up there. There we go. Took us a bit, but we won the first level, because we need to make our way up to the gateway here. Takes so long to navigate up through Minas Tirith, but we're about to get a good cavalry charge on some remaining Gondorian defenders with our lancers. And we're about up to the 5th or 4th level of Minas Tirith. So I just want to try and charge and chase down the remaining stragglers there. Trying to make it to the town square. Okay, so we just need to wait for this gate to open. Some of the Gondor defenders are just holding here. Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh, we didn't need the ram after all. Oh, it's good. So somehow my cavalry phased through the gateway there like the bloody Flash. Phasing through a wall. Okay, they teleported through, that's cool. We control the gateway now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because, well, it didn't really matter, I guess, because our battering ram was nearly there anyway. Time-wise, still going to be a close one to push against. So these are Blackroot Vale archers. Okay. So these guys are nearly as good as the rangers. So we're about to get a charge on in against them. This should be alright. If we can just stop them from firing against us, that would be ideal. So we've got the cavalry in. Okay. Not the most high octane or venomous charge that was. I guess you're pushing uphill. So we just need to wait for those reinforcements to get here. So remember, we can't rely on the countdown timer whatsoever. I wonder if I can somehow... I was gonna say, if we're doing alright, we might be able to hold them here, but they've got some pretty decent longswords. Check there, got a massive looking Braveheart longsword. Longsword. They've got like a claymore. If we can kind of like... Yeah, that's what I want. Just try and agitate them. Charge back and forth. Just to give us enough time until more reinforcements come up. Looks like the Marauders have made their way up there as well. Oh, there's a good swarm of them. So the Nazgul reinforcements are here with some light barbarian Marauders. Look very Conan with those helms. 85 left, and that should be the last of the defenders of Minas Tirith. The Nazgul and the Witch King and his boys should be able to take the city. $63 left now. It's going to come quite close. We've lost 40% of their 92. We're nearly running out of time. You just got to be careful with the Battle of Minas Tirith because you can sometimes run out of time. That definitely has happened to me before. 38. Well, they're pulling back a bit there. We just need more guys just to swarm on in. Like, just get in there. 23. So we've hit the 40-minute timer. That's see, you can't rely. You just got to get rid of them. Let's drop another buff here. The enemy general's now fallen. Oh, but that's the 3-minute timer's clicked in. Crikey. So that's not to win. It's to end the battle. 3 minutes to kill 7 units. Do we have enough time? 5. Come on, come on. Where are they? Well, I was going to end in a draw. No, we got them. Oh, and let's fight this one against Hurin. Should be a good fight. Slowly but surely, just breaking down the gateway there before we send thousands of orcs swarming on in. Those crossbows probably aren't going to get their shots up and over, but everyone else can just try and arc if we can. We do have some temple marksmen. We actually are struggling to... Yeah, why aren't they firing over that? We might have to angle them a bit better. So angle them like this. Yeah, even though I gave out an attack order, they don't seem to be arcing their shots that well. Maybe that they're on a better angle. This should be better. Yeah, try and hit that now. No, these guys are really struggling for some reason, particularly on this right-hand side. Anyway, the gateway's now been destroyed, so we can swarm on in. So let's just grab all our infantry up, and we'll try and take the Gondorian city of Calandros. We just need to drop all those units that were still equipped to those ladders. We don't need them anymore. So the first wave of orcs has now entered Calandros, straight at some Gondorian defenders. I can see a couple of arrow tracers coming here, so the guys on the left seem to be arcing their shots quite well up and over. Yeah, but for whatever reason on the right they weren't struggling slightly. We'll try and swarm everyone in, also with our Easterling cavalry. We might even be able to get some cycle charges going. So once Calandros has fallen, you would think that most of Gondor's hold in the east will be no more. It will all fall under Mordor occupation. Okay, so let's swing around here. So we'll be doing a lot more episodes of this series. There's still a lot more custom settlements for us to fight and play. They're now pulling back. So maybe just try and cycle charge on in. They don't have any cavalry, so we should be able to use this to quite decent effect. So we'll group everyone up there, hit the Gondorians, and we'll just try and harass and annoy with that Easterling unit. We'll drop down a couple of general buffs as well, now that we're starting to get into the thick of it. We're swarming on in. I might try and flank with a couple units, because attacking one unit head on with like 7 isn't the best play, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes in a settlement. Things can get quite narrow. It seems to be a pretty decent bit of high ground up here, so let's pivot up here. Because if any unit wants to come up here, we could get a crazy high ground charge. So we've got plenty of time in this siege. But Mordor, orcs and their allies are swarming into the city now. We've lost a couple of these units, so let's charge down on here. They're not coming up towards us, so maybe hitting this bodyguard in the rear. They are heavies, but they are spears, so we're going to have to be careful. So 33 on the initial charge, and then just form back up. A little bit exhausted, but that's probably the play against a Gondor infantry unit like that. Okay. Wow, they are really clipping me there quite well. I'll be better off just trying to hit one of these units from the side. Might charge on in here. Yeah, there's just not enough room to get a high octane venomous charge off. Still about 60. Oh no, this is shooting up to about 80% in our favour now. Oh wow. We're definitely in a really good position for this one. And then Calandros will be ours. Okay. Let's drop another buff. I might have to stop firing my archers, because we're nearly getting to the point where we have so many in. That's probably going to cause more friendly fire. Let's give out some individual attack orders, because a couple of the units I originally sent out orders to attack have changed a bit. So 29% to their 44. So we're still in a position to win this one numerically. But yeah, it's actually quite a small city to navigate through, Calandros. Okay. So they're now moving back. Let's try and cycle charge back into the general unit here. Maybe get my archers to hit those units that are running back. Yeah, those generals bodyguard are really firmly holding fast against us. Let's go again. Let's just try and speed things up a bit. Because we're just grinding on our way through. There's a couple units just gridlocking us. Okay, let's grab everyone. Continue against... Maybe target their general's bodyguard now, actually. Archers are hitting units further at the back. Here we go. Now I want to see if this high ground advantage works. Not really, only one. Oh, the Gondorian defenders are still so good. These Easterling cavalry have really been put through the ringer. I thought there'd be a far better high ground advantage there. They seem to be alright when they get a little bit of momentum about them. There we go. Now they're shaken. Good. We've managed to win and beat them, the ones holding the gates, and now we should be able to surround this last poor little Gondorian unit. So we've secured the fountain in the center of the settlement. And now we're just going to need to finish off the last of Gondor's brave chosen defenders. The Orc spears are going to hit them from the left, while the Haradrim recruits hit them from the right. Alright, where's that cavalry? Probably can move my archers out in a moment. We don't really need them. Just move them out, sometimes it's a bit better. Okay. Continue to hit this. Enemy general fallen. Hurin is no more. Where's that cavalry? Yeah, just move the archers out of there. Because sometimes even when you tell them to stop, they can continue to shoot sometimes. 44 remaining. Just a little bit longer. Alright, move Guthmog further up. Get the Nazgul to do its screech. We might get one last charge in. If we're lucky. Yeah, I think they're just a little bit exhausted, those units. 50% crikey. We really struggled to push on through this one. This is one of the higher casualty sieges. I guess we got a lot of spears though, if you're looking at it and assessing the units. Like, we haven't got too many marauders, which I usually play with. But a clear victory, we'll take the dub. Couple of decent commanders, and this will be our first time fighting with the Black Uruks. Okay, because we're about to make our way onto the walls, and hopefully we can gain victory against some of these guardsmen. Oh, here we go. A bit of fighting has broken out already. We should make quick work of this Gondor militia. Look at that! We are rip-roaring through them with these heavies. Okay. Yeah. Thankfully, we're not fighting too many more Gondorian defenders, because crikey, those things are very, very hard to break down. You do have to sort of cheese them and expose them a bit, maybe take them out one by one, hit them from the side, make sure you're flanking hard against them, hitting them with skirmishes in the rear. But we've basically taken the heart of Gondor out. Minas Tirith, Osgiliath, Calandros, and hopefully Peлагea can fall. Like, once Gondor loses this little cluster, they very rarely hold on out. It's just so vast and wide, sort of those eastern, western lands. They're pretty hard to defend. So we've broken on through. Peлагea has been breached. We'll make sure my units on the walls have their attack orders, because we're about to swarm on in to finish off the inhabitants. Yeah. Building captured. The gateway is now under Mordor control. Raise the banner, and We'll try to get some cavalry in. We might be able to get some flanking maneuvers. So move to the right as we charge on in. We've got some halberds for the first time. Oh, there's a little bit of opposition here. Some Gondorian cavalry holding, but probably for not too long. We've lost 10% to their 33. And they haven't moved up here. I haven't given out the attack order till now. You don't always have to let them attack first on, just depends. Now we're fully on through, so hopefully some of the units... So we're fully breached and we're making decent progression into the city. Hopefully that could bait units further back over to our side and then delay the attack on the other. Sometimes it's better to temper the AI attack. Okay, so we're swinging our cavalry on the right hand side just to see if we can catch anyone exposed. Have we won on the walls? Wow, we've managed to destroy everyone. We'll hit these. Oh, there's some bodyguard there, but maybe try and hit those guys that are further to sitting there. 2 heavies and 2 heavies should be enough to defeat those. Small little cavalry unit coming out. Oh, hang on, we've got some Marines here that we have to deal with. Yeah, so like even the roofs here are tiled sort of a Gondorian blue. So we've initiated the countdown. 40 minutes. But we should be able to completely destroy the garrison inside, and then Pelagia will be firmly under Mordor control. We'll be able to control the port city and any trade flowing in. We're not going to get navally attacked at Minas Tirith, which can be a problem. Okay, make sure everyone's attacking someone at least, because we're finally at a stage where we're getting heavy and medium units. We don't have to rely on cavalry and skirmishers, because yeah, Mordor early on, you got to be careful with your poor performing weak and expendable orcs. So I actually don't know if they're going to be able to regain the town square. 60% now. We're in a really good position to win this one.
Our men no longer command the city.
And then we'll be able to continue our terror and expansion westward. Oh, the countdown resets slightly. We do have reinforcements coming in. Enemy general fallen. We managed to kill the Pelagia captain. Alright, move on in. Maybe even get my archers in as well. Oh, victory! Oh, they capitulated. And they are representing the Khand faction, which betrayed us in the last episode. We're definitely going to need reinforcements to this one, because this is one of the better armies I've faced against. 2% of their 6. Our archers are raining fire and death upon the enemy. There's some infantry units here that are sitting with their hands in their pockets. They shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, try and hit those ballista units. Try and get rid of them. We're pushing against some of their guard and warriors. And the skirmishers there as well. Make sure everyone's got some decent attack orders. Keep it up. Yeah, just make sure every single one of my infantry units has an attack order, because things got a little bit crazy there. Because we charged and not everyone had a group. Okay, we've got to watch out for those. They're alright. Pull back a bit so we can skirmish properly. Archers, they're probably not doing too bad. Just try and hit some of the... Yeah, hit the iron fists. That'll be good. Let the ballista go for that as well. They're moving back slightly. Whoa, 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 what? Oh, okay, that was a pretty big misplay. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, crikey. Far out. The Witch King has gone down to 3 men and his bodyguard. Didn't he start with 50? What's happened here? I know they had some good cavalry there. Maybe those chariots just ripped through me. I was too busy focusing on the front line. Oh, he's down to 1. Oh, we can't do that. We can't lose the Witch King in his first fight. It doesn't matter if we lose Nazgul. It does... It is annoying, because it takes like 10, 15 turns for them to convalesce, replenish, and then come back. Far out. The Witch King of Angmar nearly getting taken out by a blue wizard. Okay. So it's about 65-60% in our favour. We're doing okay. But it's still going to be a real close one. We just need those reinforcements to come in. Yeah, 16% we've lost now of our allied evil forces. Our ballista are getting some nice shots off here. Keep the Witch King up there for support. He should be okay. But my cavalry really just melted away. I think their cavalry just on the right was a little bit too menacing for me. I have a feeling it was the chariots. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they just got smashed. Okay, we got access to some more reinforcing units. He's getting hit a little bit, so maybe just try and move him around a bit. He should be okay. Just copping some little bit of archer fire, which is annoying. We've got access now to an additional 252 spears coming on in. And my archers try and hit their Stonefoot and Iron Fist unit. Yeah, it's just because he's got a combination of heavy cavalry and dwarfs. You either have one or the other. Cavalry supremacy, heavies, or just slow-moving dwarfs. So this is a really tough army build to beat. And he's quite a good general here. You got to give it to the blue wizards. Rohan never helped Gondor, but I guess they're helping them out in this, just drawing my forces away. We've got 5 full stacks in operation, 2 here in Barad-dûr. We'll eventually probably try and send these to Rohan after we throw out the blue wizard expedition force that's entered Mordor and taken some of my territory. And then we'll send Guthmog and his Nazgul boys to finish off the last of Gondor. We've nearly finished off Gondor. We've taken all their settlements but one. One still remains. And then they'll be capitulated. 27% to 55. So we swung it back a bit. Got a little bit close and hairy. Nearly losing the Witch King. But we're in a good situation at the moment. Okay. It's because we've got a lot of marauders. They seem to be doing quite well. Move these Temple Guard in as well. And we've got additional reinforcements surrounding and just hitting them from unorthodox sides. Oh, wow. Hang on. Has he been... Oh, my God. That's annoying. I was going to say he got attacked. The Witch King is dead. They just kept on targeting him with arrows. I couldn't pull it. No, that's annoying. Oh, we lost him. Far out. Oh, well. Poor Witch King. He needed to die at some point. He didn't get taken out in the siege of Minas Tirith. It was written for the Witch King to fall. This time by the blue wizards, I guess. 74%, they're 45. Just coming down to the last couple of their units here. Yeah, so these are Iron Fist hammers. Crikey. We've got a couple of units just sitting here not doing much. I guess they fled back. But I don't know about the blue wizards. Do they come back after you defeat them? You'd imagine they would, because they are essentially angels in the lore of Middle-earth. Gandalf came back, so why wouldn't the blue wizards, you'd think. Not many more left now. Just finishing off the last of them on the fields of Barad-dûr. Sauron and his Black Tower, the Eye, stands for now. We're fighting in the lands of Mordor, so we probably got a little bit of a buff against them. So this was the attempt of the last alliance in this, I guess. There's a lot of allied reinforcements here. We are absolutely spent and exhausted with this. Luckily, I had a secondary army with the Inquisitor helping us out in this one. It's going to be a tough victory. We'll manage 56 now. Just those units, man. We're just trading so hard. They had some of the best dwarf units in the game. This is still a pretty good army, but it was recently recruited. As you can look now, it doesn't have actually many chevrons, because it hasn't really been in battle, compared to Guthmog's host. Because we actually only got the Witch King. We only got, you can get him around about turn 50. That's when we got him. And he's already been sent back to the Shadow Realm from whence he came. He'll come back in a bit. It's no biggie. We got plenty of other Nazguls. And the Inquisitor can finish off what the Witch King started here. Taken out by a blue wizard. Okay. So what's holding on? A couple of their chariots, which is annoying. Oh, chariots are always so strong in all Total Wars. Rome 2, Medieval 2 especially. Troy, they were an absolute joke in for a bit. But Rome 2, they're still very overpowered. Still got some Stonefoot spears here holding. But we basically have used the entirety of this force. Our reinforcements are just trying to surround those Stonefoot spears now and finish them off. Hey! Alatar the Blue has now been defeated. Perfect. Took him long enough. Okay, they're now gone. There's probably only one more unit or so left. Yeah, what's this? Is those Iron Fists, were they? Yeah, Iron Fist hammers. There's only a couple more of them left, but they have really smashed through those poor orcs there. They're making them fight to the bitter end. But we're going to be able to claim victory here today. Not a clean cut one by any means. Yeah, the orc hosts are only light, so that's why they're just getting absolutely smashed and pummeled and put to the hammer's meat grinder, as it were. 27 left remaining. And then we'll be able to claim victory. Man, I wonder what would have happened if we would have lost Barad-dûr. Like, does that mean we lose the Witch King? And, like, the Nazguls? I don't know, that could have been very, very bad. Luckily I had some units nearby. But, yeah, a bit of warning. Make sure your eastern part of Mordor is secure. I was too busy focusing on Gondor and their allies. I never expected an attack from the east. Because Mordor's quite a defensible position if you hold the choke points at Minas Morgul and the Black Gate. It's nearly nigh impenetrable controlling it as a human player. Like, the AI can very rarely take it. But a close victory, crikey. We outnumbered them quite a bit, but we took massive losses. So this should be a good fight. We outnumber them slightly. There's some Hornburg defenders. But let's have our first major battle against Rohan. The battle for the Hornburg is about to begin. It's a daytime siege, so at least we can see clearly what's going on. We're making up our way through the narrow causeway. And they do have some archers holding. And a Rohan unit. But this, yeah, I guess this isn't technically the first time we played against Rohan. Although it's our first major battle against them, we fought Rohirrim in the siege of Minas Tirith when they came flying on in as reinforcements, which happened in episode 2. Okay, so we're not going to need that secondary ram here. We can drop that and just let the other one go up there. So our orc boys are swarming onto the walls of the Hornburg, and we'll create a nice little flanking maneuver they can get up and over. So the Marauders are carving through the Rohirrim now, like carving a cake. Let's get stuck into these archer units. We've lost 3%. You got to give it to the defenders. They're making us work for this one. Some poor Uruk just got absolutely dropped there. We've got some Sauron's Will now pushing towards the gateway. Only a matter of time before we break that down.
Our men have reached the gate with the battery.
Okay, come on, hurry up and attach it. There we go. They just got archers on the top as well. Thankfully, they haven't got too many sort of defensive equipment. Right, why are we struggling to push against these hamlings here? Is it because of the attack order? Maybe just try... Yeah, there we go. Now you're going to go. If I give you order to charge up and over the walls, then you'll do it. Yeah, and I give an attack order there, it doesn't do it. Yeah, we'll just form like that. On the other side of the Hornburg. Those archers may well eventually get off the walls. They're just struggling to hit them. For whatever reason. That's strange. There's only 88 of them. Like I said, most of the defenders are sitting there. Oh, we've broken on through. And let's send everybody on in. Let's group them up and hit those Rohan bodyguard holding. They're getting some nice skirmisher shots off here. But the castle is breached. Flee for your lives. Sauron's will, which is a heavier unit, now pushing in. 6% to their 3, so... The banner of Mordor is fighting with the banner of Rohan, hopefully. We can bring down the Rohirrim. They did a little bit of a charge out there, which is probably not a bad idea for them. Okay, how well are we doing over here? Yeah, we're just struggling to go against those units. We might be better off just to push further up. I might try and move my archers in as well. Let's switch them back to a tight formation rather than lose. It's still quite close. 55% in our favour. We'll bring in the archers because they might be able to arc their shots up and over and get rid of these guys that seem to be stuck for some reason. Our infantry has progressed up to the gateway. And they seem to be contesting it quite well. Oh, enemy general fallen. Eamund is now defeated. That's good. That's a good scout for us. We'll move Guthmog up to give some additional reinforcements. We might as well bring some of that cavalry in as well. It's just sitting back, so we might as well swing it on up. So we've got Easterlings, men of Harad, and some orcs just trying to push through the gate of the Hornburg here. My archers are nearly here, so they'll give us a bit of help. We'll be able to hit these units that are creating a little bit of a defense here, because there's another gateway. Well, there's no wall gate on it, but there's a doorway up here we can get to the town square. So let's try and form up my archers and units here. Yeah, they're just like we'll send one unit to just try and deal with those hamlings on the wall. It looks like they're kind of bugged a bit, but a good charge here from these Rohan defenders. And we'll give out some attack orders here as well. So get my archers to get their shots, because they haven't been too impressive in this one. My archers, they haven't needed to arc their shots. Drop a quick morale buff here. 17 to 30. Oh, we're really progressing quite nicely here. We're slowly but surely pushing back the defenders. We've just got the quality over them. My archers are now starting to hit these units that are holding up the hill. Trying to stop the second pronged attack, making it into the Helm's Deep town square. But yeah, Rohan have been very much under the pump for this series. Oh, hang on, we've got some marines here with missiles, explosions. Not the best. Throwing those bombs away. Okay, let's get my archers. Except for you, yeah, there we go. And try and hit the back unit. Because even if they miss and those arrows fall a little bit short, it's going to be guaranteed to hit some enemy Rohirrim. That's what I want. That's a bit better. They were struggling to arc their shots up and over the walls. We're fully surrounding these hamlings down the walls. We seem to be carving them up, which is good. It's taken a little bit, but we're going against them. Oh, wild explosions going on here. And we've nearly broken on the way through. It's definitely swung about 60% within our favour. These peasant militia just holding. Once we've taken the Hornburg, that's a massive fortress gone. They don't have too many Rohan, because fortresses are really important, especially in medieval too. Like, we're going to be able to cut off a lot of their recruitment capacity in the Westfold. And then what we'll do, we'll push on to Edoras and try and take the last little bits of their territory. And then And that should be it. Okay, 78% of their 38. And there are a couple more holding here on the gateway. They've fled some back. My infantry are starting to make their way up the hill against these defenders. Archers now, instead of hitting that back unit, try and hit that cavalry there that's now sitting. Still getting some pretty decent shots off on those Rohirrim. They're dropping like flies up on the wall here. They're very exposed. We've nearly destroyed all of them there. There's only 2 left in that unit. Come on, another decent volley would be great. Oh wow, we've nearly won there. We've got plenty of time on our side as well. So we don't need to rush to the town square. Okay, we've won here on the walls. And we're about to progress up through the 2 gateways here. So it was the men on the walls to get into the town square first and initiate the countdown. So 40 minutes, we'll start the countdown. I don't think we'll need it. So there seems to be 1 unit left, and it's on the first ring of the Hornburg. So we'll keep a couple units there, just to continue the 40-minute countdown before we can take the settlement, but we'll just grab a couple of the... I think what I'll do is I'll move this infantry out, and we'll grab the cavalry in, just to keep that countdown going. Because you never know, sometimes... Yeah, we need the countdown to be going while we're finishing off this last unit. You never know, sometimes units can get bugged and fall through the walls and stuff. But we should be alright to win this one. It hasn't hit halfway yet. So we've got some Haradrim infantry surrounding. Oh, it's the Eastlings as well. Oh my god, is he being cursed? Has he been hexed? He's going insane. T-posing there like that. And there's also some over here as well. The Eastlings are doing quite well in the dying embers of this battle. We are carving through the last of the hamlings. We're going to be able to make our way into the throne room and then into the caves if we need to. Plenty of cavalry to give chase through the caves. 50% of their 96. So a good victory for Gothmog. Another victory to his name. And Helm's Deep as a settlement in Sauron's crown. We're really going around. We're really going around, getting sort of the jewels of Rohan and Gondor, like the Infinity Stones. We've got the Minas Tirith, Calandros, Osgiliath, Pelargir, and now Helm's Deep is an Infinity Stone. We just need 1 more before we get Edoras. Because we're basically about to pretty much defeat most of the men of the West. Basically the title of king is passing to any Rohirrim who can claim it. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh! Good volley. Makes me want to play Empire, that. Seeing all those gunpowder explosions. Maybe it's time to do a Napoleon and Empire campaign. Let me know suggestions as always in the comments. Because I do like to sort of plan ahead for my series and plan things out. So always feel free to let me know suggestions so I can get a sort of general consensus of what you guys want to see in the comments. Alright, those Rohan bodyguards, there's only 3 left, and those ballista have, yeah, those soldiers that were on the ballista have now completely abandoned it. We're about to break through this, and it looks like a lot of the units that were occupying this far left side have actually fled back up to the Great Hall. Maybe to deal with those other units coming in. But yeah, we can make our way up the hill now. It's taken a little bit of fierce fighting to get up there, but we finally went on and did it. Engaging those ballista units now. My archers are out of ammunition. We'll try and move them up if we can. Enemy general fallen. King Oldwolf. Don't know who that is. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Rohan. They seem to be really on the back foot in this campaign before even I arrived. Hammer has now fallen as well. How are they even holding this city when they've run out of generals defending inside? The artillery have broken, which is understandable. They abandoned their artillery, the crew, And they're just fighting with short swords. We're just making our way up the hill now. Seems to be a couple more holding, because there's the town square. The town square is in the Great Hall further at the back. This kind of reminds me of... There's some Attila settlements like this. Thrones of Britannia as well. Kind of like it a lot. Because at the end of the day, the Rohirrim are a bit of a mismatch of Vikings and Danes and sort of Anglo-Saxons, aren't they? They're kind of a cool little mix match and hodgepodge of stuff. Okay, so moving up some Erling Spearmen here now. So because they've got the high ground here, it's going to be a little bit difficult to push up. They're actually doing a lot better on this other side here, as they never had to fight in sort of a gridlock zone at the gateway. So they're not as tired as ours that I'm controlling. They're a lot more steadfast being able to push up. Right, we're in the town square now. They actually made it there before us. Crikey. They just put a lot more on this other side. That other army's alright though. It's not too bad. Probably got a lot more orcs numerically and weaker orcs. Alright, we're nearly about to bring Edoras under our control. Nearly now. And then we'll be able to take the Great Hall. Here it is. That looks alright. Even though you can't get to it. Crazy design. I'm always so impressed about the amount of work that modders put into these games. Like, where would a lot of us be? Content creators without these like crazy good modders. I really appreciate people who mod stuff. They work for hours for very little pay and really just do it for the love of it. So thank you, modders. Thank you for making these epic mods for all of us to enjoy. Thank you. A little bit humble. I don't know. Just feel like saying thank you. Right. Anyway, Erling Spearmen. Die. We need to get rid of them. They're now broken. Good. They're now shaken. Come on. We want to make our way to the town square. Yeah. It's just all over Red Rover. They ain't coming back from this. 99% in our favour. Only a couple more left. We've lost 20% in this siege. So not as bad as the battle for Helm's Deep. I think it was just a little bit more open. Nearly now. And we've only just, with my controlling army, made it in to the town square. Alright. This has been the best orc we've had. Alright, clear victory. Lost about 1,000. Hammer deployed about 1,000 as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video and me wrapping up the series. Got to say a huge thank you to this month's channel members and patrons as always. Got to end the video here. Take care of yourselves.